Hello class, let's start chapter number 4 of our geography maps. In this chapter you will study about maps, history of maps, small and large scale maps, types of maps, components of maps. Map. A map is the representation of the earth or a part of it in a flat surface as per scale. A map does not give us an idea of the true shape of the earth. It is useful for showing a large area as well as a very short area. Very minute details can also be seen on it. A map can show natural and cultural elements such as monuments, hills, rivers, rainfall, distribution of forest, location of historical places, sources of irrigation. A map can be folded, rolled, or bound in a book. It can be carried anywhere easily. This image is showing a map on a clay tablet. Do you know? A person who have the efficiency or skill of map making is called cartographer. Map making is an art and requires a special skill and training. The science of map making is known as cartography. A map is less accurate than a globe, but it is more useful. History of maps. A word map has been derived both from the word mapo, meaning napkin or a cover cloth. Mercator or Hind were the first to publish a collection of maps in the form of a book. The cover of the book had the picture of a Greek mythological giant, Atlas, holding the earth. The book of map is called an atlas. This is the picture of Atlas that appeared on the cover of the Mercator's 16th century atlas. The picture of Atlas that appeared on the cover of Mercator's 16th century atlas. Ancient maps were based on memory and information. They were not drawn using a scale. Thus they were called mere sketches. Ptolemy, an Egyptian, was the first cartographer who made the map of the world according to the scale and direction. He was the first person to represent the earth as a sphere. He was known as the father of map making. This is the picture of Claudius Ptolemy. Maps can be classified in many ways, but two ways are most useful. One way is based on the scale and the other is based on the function of the map. Small and large scale map. On the basis of scale or the type of information it contains are categorized large scale maps and small scale maps. Small scale maps show a very large area with less details. For example, for making the map of India, 100 km on ground are represented by 1 centimeter. Wall maps of the world, continents or countries are some of the small scale maps. Large scale maps show a small area on a large size of paper or cloth. That means a small area represented on a large scale is called large scale map. Wall map of a town, city or village is a large scale map. Topographic maps are also drawn on a large scale. More details about a small area are shown on such a map. Types of map. On the basis of function, there are three types of maps: physical map, political map, and thematic map. Physical maps. Physical maps show the relief features present on the Earth's surface like mountains, hills, plateaus, plains, peaks, valleys, rivers, oceans, etc. These maps help us to find suitable sites for human settlements, for building roads and railway, and for construction of dams, canals, etc. Political map. Political maps are used as base map for showing various cultural, historical, and economic activities. They also show the boundaries between different countries and boundaries of different political units within a country. This is the physical map of India. This is the political map of India. And this is the thematic map of India. Thematic map. Thematic maps show a specific type of information such as roads, railways, air routes, distribution of population, condition of climatic elements, location of mining and industrial centers, etc. The title of the map is given according to the information given on the map. Components of map. The language of the map is also called components of the map, which helps us to read or interpret a map. There are mainly four components of the map. Number 1. Scale. We know that a map shows a large area on a small sheet of paper. Each map is drawn according to a scale. The map scale is the ratio of distance between 2 points on a map with the actual distance between the same points on the ground. For example, If the distance of 10 km on ground is represented as 1 centimeter, on the map the scale written on the map shall be 1 centimeter is equals to 10 km. The same can be represented on a scale which is called linear scale direction. It is the second component of a map. Direction indicates the location and position of the places in relation to each other. North, east, west and south, NEWS, are the cardinal points of the compass. These four directions are called primary directions. This is the picture of a compass. Do you know? Gerardus Mercator 1512 to 1594 was a Flemish geographer and cartographer. In 1569, he devised a technique to draw the world map on a flat surface. This technique is known as the Mercator projection. Other four directions are intermediate directions. They are northwest, southeast, southwest and northeast. These are the images of primary directions and intermediate directions. If we are in a field or traveling in an ocean, we use compass to find the directions. A compass has a magnetic needle which rotates freely on a pivot. By placing the compass on a plane surface, the needle comes to rest. If it then points the north and south directions, the darker or colored side of the needle at rest always points towards north. Do you know? The Chinese invented the compass. Symbols. In a map, forest, rivers, hills, railway lines, villages, temples, bridges, dams, etc. are shown by some common symbols. With the help of common symbols, we can read a map made by any country without knowing the language of that country. The symbols are known as conventional symbols. This is the table of some conventional symbols. Full international border, state border, metal road, unmetalled road, bridge, railway station, district border, railway broad gauge, railway meter gauge, major river, canal, dam, lake, pass, tunnel, country capital, forest, international administrative capital, mountain, post office, police station, telegraph office. Symbols are known as conventional symbols. The symbols helps in easy and quick reading of the map. Color scheme. Like common symbols, a common color scheme has been adopted for showing different relief features on a map. Blue color is used for showing water bodies like oceans, seas, etc. Lowlands and plains are represented by green color. Plateaus and hills are shown by yellow and orange colors. Brown color is used for showing mountains. Snow-capped areas are shown by using white color. The scheme color showing relief features on the maps is the same throughout the world. For example, blue is always used to show water bodies and green is used for the plains. Thus, these signs and symbols are called conventional signs and symbols. The information shown on a map can only be read and understood by those who know the language, which includes features like scale, direction, colors, sign, and symbols. Sketch. Suppose you want to help your brother in your home to locate the neighborhood bookshop. You would draw a rough diagram of road to show where to turn and which landmark to look out for in order to reach the bookshop. This image is showing a sketch of a neighborhood. With this rough diagram, your brother can reach the bookshop easily even though the exact distance and direction are not mentioned. Such a diagram which is drawn without measuring the distance between the various places is called sketch. Thus, a sketch is a rough map without lines drawn without a scale and also without the proper use of signs and symbols. Plan. Sometimes we want to draw an accurate map of a very small area like that of a house or a building. For example, if you and your family wants to shift to a new house, it would be useful to have an accurate map of the house. This is also called a plan or layout of the house. A plan is a layout of a building, a factory, a playground, a hospital, etc. It is drawn on a comparatively large scale and shows directions. The layout plan of a house will show the length and the breadth of each room in the house, the height of windows and doors, etc. An accurate map of a very small area which shows even the minor details is called a plan. A plan is always drawn according to the scale. The scale of a plan is different from that of a map. Generally, a map shows a large area, so it is drawn on a small scale. 1 centimeter on a map may represent 100 km on the ground. On the other hand, a plan represents a very small area and is drawn on a large scale. 1 centimeter on a plan may represent 1 meter on the ground. This image is showing a plan of a classroom. The only difference between a map and a plan is that a map shows important and selected features for definite purpose, but a plan is a layout of a very small area. With the development of computer technology, the technique of map making has been developed. A computer helps to draw a very accurate, sharp, and real map. If we compare an old map with the computer generated improved map, we can easily know the difference between them. The new maps possess high quality. Summing up, globe is a representation of the earth in a short form. A globe gives us the better idea of parallels of latitudes and meridians of longitude. A map is the representation of the earth or a part of it in a flat surface as per scale. The science of a map making is known as cartography. A book of map is called an atlas. Ptolemy, an Egyptian, was the first cartographer. He was known as the father of map making. Physical maps show the relief features present on the earth's surface, like mountains, hills, plateaus, plains, peaks, valleys, rivers, oceans, etc. Political maps are used as base maps for showing various cultural, historical, and economic activities. Thematic maps show specific type of information such as roads, railways, etc. In a map, forests, rivers, hills, railway lines, villages, temples, bridges, dams, etc. are shown by some common symbols. A computer helps to draw a very accurate, sharp, and real map. Thank you, class. Let's meet in the next class.